It was a hot, humid afternoon in a small suburban neighborhood, the kind of day where the air felt thick and the sun seemed to make everything shimmer with heat. On a quiet street lined with modest houses, a young black boy named Malik was riding his old bicycle, one that he had saved up for from his after-school job. The bicycle wasn't much, just a rusted frame and worn-out tires, but it was his pride and joy. Malik wasn't like most of the other kids in his neighborhood. While they were all busy with their gaming consoles and hanging out at the park, Malik was focused on one thing: working hard to support his family. His mum had fallen ill a year ago, and it was up to him to make ends meet. His dad was always working late shifts, and his little sister needed help with her schoolwork despite the weight on his shoulders. Malik had an energy about him that was hard to ignore. He smiled at every person he passed, helped out when he could, and always had a positive outlook on life. But beneath the surface, Malik knew that things weren't easy. Money was tight, and the future was uncertain. On this particular afternoon, Malik was heading home after a long day of running errands for his mum when he spotted a luxury car parked on the side of the road. The vehicle was a sleek, black sports car that gleamed under the sun. He slowed his pace, his eyes drawn to the car's smooth curves. The kind of car he'd only seen in movies or on Instagram, but something wasn't right. The car's front tire was flat, and the driver, a man in a crisp suit, was struggling to get it off. The man looked frustrated, wiping sweat from his brow as he tried to lift the heavy tire jack. Without a second thought, Malik stopped his bike and approached the man. "Need some help?" Malik asked, his voice full of sincerity. The man looked up, a little startled by the boy's sudden presence. He sized Malik up quickly, a kid on a beat-up bicycle, wearing old clothes, but there was something about his genuine offer that made him pause. "Yeah, actually," the man said, shaking his head with a wry smile. "I'm trying to fix this tire, but it's not going my way. I could really use some help." Malik didn't hesitate. He dropped his bike on the sidewalk and knelt down beside the car. With surprising strength for someone his age, he helped the man with the tire. His hands worked quickly and his mind focused only on the task at hand. He didn't care that the car was worth more than his house. All that mattered was that someone needed help, and he could provide it. The man watched in silence, clearly impressed by Malik's determination. "Thanks, kid. I owe you one," he said after the tire was fixed. Malik just smiled. "No need to thank me. Just glad I could help." The man nodded, clearly touched by the boy's humility. He wiped his hands on his pants and then extended a business card to Malik. "I'm Marcus Woods," the man said. "I work with a few big companies around here, and I've got a foundation that helps kids like you. I'd like to offer you a job. It's not much, but it's something. Maybe you could use the extra cash. If you're interested, give me a call." Malik stared at the card, unsure of how to react. The business card was sleek, white, with a simple gold logo and the words Marcus Woods Foundation printed on it. He had never expected this, never even dreamed of something like this happening to him. "Thanks, Mr. Woods," Malik said, his voice filled with disbelief. "I'll think about it." Marcus smiled. "Take your time. But remember, if you ever need something, don't hesitate to reach out." As Malik left, he couldn't shake the feeling that his life was about to change, but he didn't know how or why. Over the next few days, Malik couldn't stop thinking about Marcus's offer. He spent hours contemplating what it might mean. He had his doubts. Though the world wasn't kind to people like him, they always expected something in return. Was Marcus just offering him a job out of guilt, or was it something more? But Malik decided to call Marcus. The call wasn't long, but it was enough to get him to a meeting. He showed up at Marcus's office a few days later, unsure of what he was walking into. Marcus greeted him warmly, offering him a seat in his modern glass-walled office. They spoke for nearly an hour about life, about goals, about the Foundation's mission. And by the end of the meeting, Marcus offered Malik an internship. It wasn't a lot of money, but it was a start. More importantly, it was a chance for Malik to see the world from a different perspective. But the real surprise came when Marcus told him, "Malik, you remind me a lot of myself when I was your age. Determined, hardworking. I want to help you get to the next level. How would you feel about college?" Malik's jaw dropped. College? He had never considered it. College seemed like a world away, something only for people who were rich or had connections. But Marcus wasn't done yet. "I'll help you apply for scholarships. I'll guide you through the process. I'll make sure you have every chance to succeed." Malik was speechless. For the first time in his life, he felt like someone truly believed in him. With Marcus's help, Malik's life began to change. He went from working odd jobs after school to managing small projects for the foundation. His scholarship applications went in, and he received offers from some of the best schools in the country. But it wasn't just the opportunities that Marcus had given him. It was the belief in his potential that made all the difference. As Malik's career took off, he never forgot the simple act of kindness that had started it all. He used his position to give back, helping other kids from his neighborhood achieve their dreams. He started his own foundation, dedicated to providing mentorship and resources to those who needed it the most, just as Marcus had done for him. Years later, Malik stood before a group of young, aspiring students at a scholarship event. He was no longer the boy on the bicycle with the rusted bike. He was a successful businessman, an advocate for youth, and a leader in his community. But the heart of his success still came from that single act of kindness. As a kid, I never thought something as small as helping someone with a flat tire could change my life, Malik said, his voice thick with emotion. But kindness, kindness can move mountains. And as Malik looked out at the faces in the room, he knew that Marcus had been right. Kindness wasn't just a gift, it was a chain that could change the world.